Reaction channels used to be one of the biggest things on YouTube. I mean, like, it was literally everywhere. From memes to music videos to try not to laugh, so literally anything you guys can think of. It was pretty dominant on YouTube for a while. But somewhere along the line, reaction channels as we know today kind of died down. And in this video, I'll basically cover what happened to the reaction channels on YouTube. So to understand what actually happened to reaction channels on YouTube, we obviously have to start from the top. And this channel would honestly, to me, be one of the first channels I've seen on YouTube to do these types of reaction videos online. And this channel is called the React channel, also known as the Fine Bros. Back in the early 2010s on YouTube, the React channel was pretty big on the platform. They had like 3 different styles of content ranging from kids, teens, and elders. And obviously this just fit pretty much anybody who was watching their videos. And the thing about their content was it was very, very clean. Like, it was structured. Everything just seemed professional. But I know at the time it was something that YouTube, as far as I know, didn't see before. But by 2016, the React channel would hit a point where things started to shift. And it was the year that they had actually announced React World, where basically they tried to trademark the word React and basically license it out of reaction videos to other creators. And instantly, the internet hearing this, they obviously were not having it. A lot of smaller creators felt threatened, memes started to fly around, and the whole situation just turned into one of the biggest YouTube backlashes we had ever seen at the time. The Fine Bros ended up dropping the whole idea within days and putting out an apology on the whole idea. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the backlash didn't just stop there. A few years later, around 2020, 2021, former employees started to speak up about the company's work environment. And some talked about casual racism behind the scenes. And some even made the claims that the React channel's thumbnails were edited and arranged in a way where it favored lighter skinned reactors. Like, people said lighter skinned cast members were consistently placed in better spots on thumbnails because those areas got supposedly more clicks. And around that same time, React began to rebrand basically their whole look on YouTube. And even though today they are still uploading, the vibe was really never the same as it was in the early 2010s. Alright, next up we got Blasphemous HD, one of the biggest reaction creators during that 2013 to 2016 era. And if you were on YouTube back then, you definitely came across one of his videos, Try Not to Laugh, meme reactions, Vine compilations, anything you guys can think of, he pretty much reacted to it. A lot of his reactions consisted of him being loud, animated, and just being funny to watch, honestly. And around that time, that was the appeal that everybody enjoyed. But around 2017 and 2018, things started to shift with his content. And not just his content, but reaction content in general just wasn't hitting the same. And YouTube started to push more original commentary, and compilation reactors were getting demonetized left and right, because a lot of those creators back then would just kind of sit there and just let somebody else's video play while they're just doing nothing. But not only that, he also dealt with a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He had multiple fallouts with multiple friends and collaborators, and even situations where people felt used and mistreated by him. There are several drama videos you guys can go on YouTube and find to basically get the whole summary of the drama that he went through at the time. And to be honest with you guys, he burned a lot of bridges during this time. And once that started to happen, a lot of things got harder for him. One of the things that also happened with his channel was his original channel ended up getting terminated on YouTube. It was gone. And by 2019, the algorithm shifted even more to where reaction channels that relied on memes and compilations just kind of got put on the back burner. Blasphemous tried pivoting to other, different types of reaction videos or just different videos in general, and it just was not the same as it used to be. And like I mentioned with the React channel, as time goes on, a lot of things shift with people's retention and just viewership in YouTube in general. So for Blasphemous, it was a mix of platform changes and personal fallouts, and losing his original channel, which made it pretty much impossible for him to bounce back in the same way he used to. And today, Blasphemous HD is still posting on YouTube. I didn't even know this at the time, but the numbers that he had a decade ago literally are not, they're literally non-existent now. He's getting like maybe a couple thousand views on per video. And to be somebody who went from averaging probably millions or hundreds of thousands of views to now this, I mean, this is literally the definition of a downfall. Pretty much like he lost his entire viewership. All right, next up we got Jinx. And honestly, he is probably the fastest growing reaction channel in this video. And his story is probably one of the biggest turning points in reaction channel personal history. Back in 2015, Jinx was everywhere when it came to reaction content. He was reacting to Vine compilations, music videos, meme edits, all of the stuff that you would typically see from a reaction channel. He uploaded multiple reactions a day and racked up millions of views. He would dominate this scene for a while, like I mentioned, being one of the fastest growing, if not the fastest growing reaction channel at the time. But then people started to notice something about his content. And for a lot of people, it was obvious, and it wasn't much commentary going on in these videos. A lot of his videos was just him watching the clip, maybe laughing once or twice, and then kind of rambling for a little bit, and that was pretty much the video. And a lot of smaller creators felt the impact of this, obviously because a bigger YouTuber is reacting to their content and not giving much commentary on it. It kind of just buries the original content under Jinx's reaction. And around early 2016, creators started to push back on his behavior with these videos. A lot of people made comments on it, like iDubbbz and Jack Films, but Jack Films specifically made a video basically reacting to Jinx's reaction to his own video and decided to make an example of how Jinx reacts to other people's content. And the video was clearly satire, but obviously was made to throw shots at Jinx and pretty much harp on his ability to transform content in a way where it's actually not just dominating the other person's video. And with this criticism, along with other YouTubers' criticism on his content, it pretty much led to a snowball effect of people just accusing him of content stealing. And Jinx would obviously make videos defending himself and explaining his mindset behind making these videos. But a lot of people just didn't want to hear it. Through the peak of his career on YouTube, the momentum started to fade and his numbers started to dive down. And ultimately, he ended up stepping back from the reaction channel style of content. And for a while, that was pretty much all she wrote. Today, Jinx does still post on YouTube under the name Jinx the Rebel. He basically just posts his own music on the platform, which is definitely not what he used to post when he was pretty big on YouTube. From what it looks like now, it's just him following his passion, but the audience obviously is definitely not the same. Alright, and next up we got Flight Reacts. In my opinion, the most iconic reaction personality on YouTube, hands down. And the cool thing about Flight is his whole career has just been a steady climb where he keeps reinventing himself without losing who he is as a creator. Flight started posting reactions around 2013, mostly reacting to basketball clips, viral videos, and just random internet stuff. And even early on, you could tell his reactions were different. A lot of it didn't seem as polished or scripted. It just felt like you were watching a friend get mad at a missed layup or laugh at a meme. His authenticity is literally what made him blow up as a reaction channel at the time. Then somewhere between 2016 and 2018, Flight literally became a meme himself. With his reactions, his facial expressions, the quotes, the rage moment, all of it became a part of internet culture. And if you were on Twitter or YouTube during that time, you had to have seen at least one clip of him somewhere talking about something, looking a certain way, whether you were a fan or not. And one of the things that was different about Flight, other than other people in this video, was that when other reaction channels kind of started to fall off, Flight did not. Later on YouTube, he started to move into different types of content, going to IRL content, basketball videos, music, streaming, and basically built a fan base that followed him through all those phases of his career. People weren't just watching the videos he was reacting to. A lot of people were just watching the videos because of him. And even when he had personal drama pop up online here and there, the community never turned on him. If anything, people stuck around because, I mean, he was just a genuine, likable guy on YouTube. He didn't really rely on trends to blow up. He kind of became the trend himself. And other creators started to use his own clips and his reactions as a part of their videos. And the dude literally has entire compilations on YouTube just off of his personality alone. Today, Flight is still doing big numbers, posting reactions, streaming regularly, and making music. And to be honest, he's more relevant now than he was when he first started. Alright, and last but certainly not least, we have SSSniperWolf, one of the biggest and most recognizable reaction style content creators on YouTube. And the funny thing is, she didn't even start out as a reaction creator. She was literally known for gaming content in the early 2010s. She would do COD montages, gun guides, commentary, literally all the OG gaming era stuff that you would see. But around 2017, 2018, she started to shift more into reaction style content. She would do a lot of TikTok reactions, life hacks, viral clips, just random internet moments. And her channel literally blew up even more. Like, she had billions of views and pretty much became the face of modern reaction content. But with that level of visibility, obviously a lot of criticism came with it. A lot of creators accused her of not transforming her content enough or just clipping other people's videos without giving proper credit. People like Jack Films called her out multiple times, breaking down why he felt her reactions were just too similar to original clips. And some people agreed and some didn't. But it was a pretty big conversation about what fair use even mean in the modern reaction era. Things escalated to a whole nother level in 2023 where she basically pulled up to Jack's Film's house during the drama, and that situation got messy very, very fast. People felt like it went from online beef to real life safety concerns, and YouTube eventually stepped in and temporarily demonetized her channel because of doing this, which honestly a lot of people even have problems with in itself, because she pretty much pulled up to this person's house and she's being demonetized for it, which kind of just seems like a slap on the wrist. But despite all the backlash, she still pulled in insane numbers, and her core audience hasn't really gone anywhere as she continues to post daily. But she's one of those content creators where the internet is pretty much split, with some people liking the content and others just not liking it at all. But the views that she does get on these videos is just undeniably huge. And in her side of this video, she pretty much just shows the new era of reaction content, which is super fast edits, commentary mixed with, you know, the TikTok style humor, and focuses a lot on like algorithm friendly clips, which is mainly targeted towards younger people. And whether people agree with her approach or not, her influence in just the modern reaction era definitely is hard to replicate. Today, SSSniperWolf is still easily one of the biggest creators on the platform, and she still posts consistently, and her numbers are still insane. And even with the drama that she had years ago, she still hasn't fallen off at all. And honestly, looking at all these channels together, to me, it just shows how the reaction genre has changed over the years. Some creators adapted and some didn't. But at the end of the day, reactions are definitely not going anywhere, as it's pretty much just a part of people's content in general. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below. I'm very, very interested to hear what you guys think. Make sure you guys join the Discord link in the description below. Other than that, I'm out.